Thunder Valley Racing Nine Line Apparel Cup Series Coke 400. And yet we have a very exciting stream for you guys tonight. Up in the booth tonight is Code Red Do, and along next to me, joining me soon will be the one and only, but a Truck Series driver himself, Mr. Y'all Ain't Ready. Heath, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How you doing, man?
Man,
Ready to see this race.
Buddy, I am excited. It is the first race of the season, and I cannot wait to get this going. A lot of exciting action tonight. We have the Cup Series tonight, and then following on tomorrow night, we have the Truck Series, and then Friday night, we have the ARCA Series. But tonight, it's all about the Cup Series. So yet, we are really excited to have you guys with us. First race of the season. Man, this league has changed so much, and yet I can't thank enough our sponsors, Nine Line Apparel, which if you use the code TVR20, you can save 10% off your order. That is ninelineapparel.com. Use the code TVR20. And yet we have a lot of exciting action going on, but here's tonight's storylines going to tonight's race. 1. Can the Heredity God live up to the expectations of being the favorite? 2. Can T-Galt and Sporting Warrior for a fearsome team at Super Speedways? And 3, since Fire Slayer won the Bud Shootout, could he go 2 for 2? Heath, I just mentioned it. We saw what happened with Fire Slayer last Monday night, and yet the question is who can be able to stop him? Does he have enough momentum going for this race tonight?
He is really fast right now. I was actually in that Bud Shootout, and I was leading the race with 1 to go, and he got hooked up with a couple guys, and they freight trained me. So I mean, he's got all the momentum. He's got speed. The guy's really good. So I look for him to be up front for sure.
I'll look forward to it, but yet the question is, can Heredity God? He is a fan favorite because the kid is so good and he is so incredible, but yet can he live up the expectations of having a great run tonight? We will find that out. What are your thoughts on Heredity God?
Heredity is a heck of a driver. He's so dang fast everywhere we go, and that's why he's such a fan favorite. Because, I mean, everywhere we go, he's the guy to beat. And actually, I think this race right here actually opens the door for other guys because it's a super speedway and the drafting. So if he's gonna get beat, he's gonna get beat here, I believe. And that's just my opinion. I don't, we'll see how it ends up, but I think because of the pack racing, I think that, this is their chance, somebody else's chance to win in this race if they want it.
I definitely do agree, but yet we not only have some old faces, but yet we have some new faces. You talk about Kluka, we talk about some of the drivers that I've seen in the different leagues coming in here tonight. I mean, what are your thoughts on the new talent that we're going to be seeing here tonight?
I think it's good for us. It's good for the league. It's getting us more well known, and them people that are coming in, they got friends that are watching, and so it grows us. It really does. It makes us grow. And there's a couple guys that I know personally I brought into the league, up the irons. He's very fast. He won a championship in another league that I race in, and I looked for him to be up front as well. So, I think the new talent really helps us out, helps grow the league.
I definitely do agree, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some old faces. I mean, we talked about D-Blood, we talked about Fire Slayer. I think Del Gaucho is also someone who's been in the league before. Glad to see him. TCW, I mean, there's so many great talent that we have in store for you guys, but yet tonight, it's all about Daytona. You cannot predict what's going to happen here. And also, I mean, this race is crazy. You and I both know how these races go. I mean, it is anyone's ball game. You can be working, it's manufacturers working against manufacturers. You can have a Chevy working with a Toyota, a Ford working with a Chevy. Anything can happen as long as you want to stay up front. So, what is the biggest strategy for this race tonight?
I want to see if there's going to be a pack of guys that are going to drop back and kind of stay out of the trouble, because everybody's going to be trying to race hard. There's going to be a lot because of the speed in this league. I mean, everybody here is fast. There's no slouches, So I believe that it might take a group of guys, 4 or 5 guys, to drop back, stay out of the trouble, just cruise, and then when it's time to go, it's time to go. And then and maybe a change of pit strategy or or something out of the norm, you know, instead of just riding in that front pack and risking your car getting damaged or anything like that. I think it's, you know, I think that might be a big thing is if a group of guys can stay to the back and kind of just cruise and then turn it on when they got to turn it on.
I'll tell you one thing, for a first time being up in the booth, you already know exactly what you're talking about. You're already doing a great job already.
I'm
But
trying, man. I ain't never been up here, but you know, I've heard it enough. I heard, you know, you and Sporty and DJ last year, so you know, try to keep it going.
Well, man, hey, I'm glad to have a Truck Series champion up here in the booth with me once again. The one and only will get a chance to join us later on. But yeah, we have a lot of exciting stuff. But don't forget to check out our sponsors, Nine Line Apparel. Make sure you guys use the promo code TVR20 to save 10% off your order. That is TVR20 to save 10% off your order. Man, I'm ready to get these engines fired up. I believe they should be having qualifying done. Now, in case you ask, how do we get a chance to check out the laps? Thanks to our good pal Sporty Morty, he'll help us out as far as the lap counter and with the stages that we're going to be in. Man, Heath, I'm going to ask you this though: who in your own mind is your favorite to win tonight's race?
I got a couple guys in mind. Instantly, I go. I'm really good buddies with D Blood. Me and him, we're kind of like a team, but we're not. You know, there's not really teams in this league, but we're kind of like a team. We work together at every track. Me, him, and Ski Mask. We do our thing and we share information. You know, so ultimately, I gotta go with my boy D Blood. But I do look for. I think Fire Slayer. That's kind of like my second pick. And I'm going to go with a new guy named Up the Irons and see if he can get himself up in the top 5 or maybe even get a win here.
As far as me is concerned, I'm looking forward to seeing how Fire Slayer does, especially after the Bud Shootout win. I believe he has a lot of momentum on his shoulders. But yeah, he knows Daytona so well. He needs to focus on just keeping his car up front, make sure that he don't have to deal with any traffic, because that's only the biggest thing here is traffic. Traffic's going to be a big issue for these drivers. So yeah, Fire Slayer always finds a way to execute the moves as far as the traffic is concerned. So I say keep an eye on Fire Slayer tonight.
And he's so good down at, I was racing in that Bud Shootout. He's so good down on that bottom line. He doesn't budge. He can run the top as well, don't get me wrong. He runs that top very well too. But when he's on the bottom, because I was right in front of him for a while and he was pushing me. And if you get the slightest bobble and you go up the track, he's there to snag it from you. You know, he's really good at these super speedways. He's definitely one to beat for dang sure.
All right, well, I just got word from El Bossman himself that they just now finished qualifying, so we'll get the results here in just a couple amount of seconds. And by the way, we definitely want to appreciate all of the amount of support that this league is getting. I know a lot of people are checking this race out, so thank you guys for coming out tonight and watching this stream. We hope you guys are enjoying this race. We're happy to be in your homes, and we hope that you guys enjoy this race along with us, because this means a lot to us. So thank you all you guys for watching this race tonight, man. This is incredible. I mean, we got a sponsor with Nine Line. I mean, this league
they got some really cool stuff. Nine Line, if you actually look at their, all the stuff that they have, they've got some really cool stuff on there. I encourage everybody to go check it out. At least, even if you're not buying anything, just check it out.
Check out the website. Check out all their social media platforms. Make sure you guys check them out. Tell them that TVR is sending them to you. It's just an incredible sponsor, and we can't thank you guys enough for sponsoring us. You guys are amazing. And if, like he said, even if you guys don't want to buy the stuff, make sure you guys check it out. I mean, it's some really cool merchandise. Really awesome gear for you guys to check out. And yet, I do have our top 4, ladies and gentlemen. And yet, up in the poll, it is Delgatro. And second, it is TTV, Kluka Rules, new guy that I mentioned earlier. 3, Mike G. 4, the El Bossman himself, D Blood. And 5, TCW 1987. Heath, what do you think about that top 5, man?
That top 5, that's a fast group of guys right there. Delgatro's, he's not really a surprise to me. I've been watching him. He was in the ARCA last season, and we've raced a lot in the off season together, doing all the practice races. That kid, he's pretty dang fast. He's very fast. So that's not a big surprise at all.
All right, and just remember, Heath. Once we get the invites, we'll get the once when we get the go ahead from the boss man himself, D Blood.
Yep.
We'll get a chance to go live from the Daytona International Super Speedway to bring you guys all the live action. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, please like, comment, and subscribe. And whenever you do subscribe, click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any TVR action. This is just the beginning for this league, ladies and gentlemen, and yet we cannot wait for more to come. Tomorrow night, the Truck Series, I'll be a part of it. Heath, I'm pretty sure you'll be a part of it as well. And then Friday night, we have the ARCA race. Can't wait for what's in store for this league. So yet we picked our winners, but now the only thing we gotta say is that let's go racing here soon, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
A lot of exciting action. I'm just ready. I mean, I'm just ready. Like, this is like a really huge night for us. And
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been this excited for us to start up. Last year it was a good, we had a heck of a season last year, but now with all the new guys and the 3 series, the sponsors, it's almost like you're really in the seat driving these cars, and you got almost like the media here. You know what I'm saying? We really got D-Blood's done a heck of a job getting all this stuff done and done right. He's really takes a lot of time out of his day to get all this stuff going, and I really appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody else does too.
And not only that, but if you guys want to check out more Thunder Valley Racing, make sure you guys go to our Facebook page. Make sure you like so you won't miss any of the action to help you keep up with the points dates or anything like that. Make sure you guys go to facebook.com/Thunder Valley Racing to like our Facebook page. Man, D-Blood has done a lot for us. The banners, everything that he's done for this league is just truly incredible. The hard work that he does. I think I can say on behalf of myself and everyone in the league, thank you, D-Blood, for making this league as awesome as it is right now.
One more thing, he's made some banners, some stickers to go on our PlayStations and stuff. I don't know if he's told anybody yet, but he's going to start selling them just for help the league out, $5 or something like that, $5, something. And that'll be like a sticker that goes on your PlayStation.
Alrighty, and yeah, I mean, D-Blood does stickers. I mean, the man can do it all. I mean, he's just an incredible human being who works his hind off in every single chance that he gets, man. He's just and not only that, but yet I look forward to the new talent. I'm looking forward to the old talent that we're seeing. Unfortunately, we do have 3 drivers that will not make it to tonight. So unfortunately, they will not be racing with us tonight. So hopefully we get a chance to see them. If not tomorrow night, then hopefully next Sunday. So yet, more action, more news comes up as we go along throughout this week. That's why you guys need to check out the Facebook page. And also make sure to check out our sponsor, 9 Line Apparel. 9lineapparel.com. Use the code TVR20 to save 10% off your order. Alright, and thank you to everyone that sent myself and Heath the invites. I think we are good to go as far as that is concerned. Thank you to the drivers. That way we know we won't miss out any of the invites. And then when we get the go-ahead, we will bring you live NASCAR TVR 9 Line Cup Series action from Daytona.
Look at D-Blood up there starting 4th. Guy does everything, man.
Well,
Mike G's really fast as well. I think that guy, he has a heck of a chance to win this race as well. Him and Fireslayer, them two right there, they're really fast.
But I really am wondering the new talent. I mean, as I mentioned, Kluka Rules is starting up in 2nd, and yet he's going to have D-Blood right behind him. So, I mean, these two they somewhat know each other, but yet I look forward to seeing how that outside line is going to go. Because with Daytona, you can run down to the bottom, you can run in the middle, or you can run up to the top side. But just make sure you know wisely, pick your line wisely as the race goes along. We can join now? All right.
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and bring you all the action, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Grab your popcorn, grab a Mountain Dew, grab whatever it is. Sit back, relax, and let's bring you some NASCAR racing action from Daytona.
All jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Best believe it. I got my Baja Blast on me right now, and I'm good. I'm ready to go. Oh, man. One thing we can definitely tell you is that you never know what to expect. So expect a lot of action, especially this earlier on in the race. We'll see how it goes. You see the drivers, you see the cars, and you see the numbers. As we get ready to approach the start-finish line, green flag in the air for the date for the Coke 0400 for the Nine Live Cup Series.
All right.
Delgatro in the 88 got himself up front. He's got a teammate in the 9. Shout out to him for running that dude scheme right behind him. But yet, so far so good as far as the Chevy crew right now. Let's go ahead and get to the hood cam of Kluka Rules in the 37. He is right behind the 9. As you see the 17, as I told you what I said earlier in the pre-show, ladies and gentlemen, that you never know what to expect. You can see some teams working together. You can see some teams trying to work up together.
Whoa. We got somebody looks like somebody just bounced off the wall towards the back.
That does look like that. As soon as I got off of Kluka Rules hood cam, let's go ahead and get back up to the front. They see Mike G up in the 9. It's rare to see him up in the Chevy, but hey, shout out to him for running that do scheme. Delgatro is running that line that he needs to. Oh, and yet, one thing I do want to mention is that these drivers are trying to be careful to not clip the apron here at Daytona. You see how sharp these aprons can be. So yet, if you get close, they will not be your best friend. Let's go ahead and get to the back. And so far, it's getting a little bit wobbly up there in the back.
Yeah, they're getting dicey back there. We got 2 cars stuck on the high side.
Yeah, that is Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mike G and the 37, Kluka Rules.
I kind of wonder what their strategy is going to be, because you only wonder, oh, the 48's up in the wall, and I'm trying to see who the 48 is, and that is 40 Morty. Not surprised there. He's
by himself.
All by himself. So yet he'll end up having to go to the back, but yet he's got some teammates. He's got the 9 of Mike G. He's got Delgatro, but I mean, how much time can he make up to get back up for this stage? I mean, we have 3 stages. I forgot to mention, ladies and gentlemen, and then with every stage, whoever finishes the top 10 will get some points, get those much needed stage points to help them out as far as the point stands is concerned. One thing that does not surprise me is that TCW 1987 is running up there, up in the 17 car, right behind Delgatro. He has some great experience here at Daytona, so he knows exactly what he's got a chance to do to win here. Yeah,
it's good to see him back. I think he took a break from us last season, and he's back full force, up in 2nd place. It's always good to see him.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of every race, we will interview the top 3. Whoever finishes the top 3 will get a chance to join myself and Heath for a post-race interview.
Looks like 2nd place keeps kind of backing off the throttle a little bit.
It looks like it. I don't know what his strategy is. I think he's trying to get off the 88 and see what he can do to get some help up here.
Get a run. Yeah, he might be looking for a run.
And yeah,
there he goes.
They're going on the outside, but the 8 stays on the inside.
He's by himself. He's by himself up there.
That is a bad strategy, especially this earlier on in the race. The 17
He's got help coming.
He's got help from the 2. I don't know if that's the Radio God, maybe, but he is right there. Go ahead and get to the 2 real quick. And yeah, something that
They're forming a line. They're forming a line up there. They got 4 or 5 guys now jumping up there.
Something I'm not surprised about. You see 3 Fords up on the high side trying to work together, but yet the problem is there's more cars on the bottom line than there is on the top side. So I mean, what can these drivers up on the top side do? Only thing they can do is try to have a run and try to be able to work on, make sure the outside line works together.
Yeah, for damn sure. Got the 19 in the back. He seems like he's just cruising.
That is a 19 of GBH_3. So yeah, he's up in the back throughout this whole race, but yet do not count him out right now, especially this early on in the race. He's right behind the 37 of Kluka, so yet expect to see what type of strategy he has as Kluka gets right in front of him. Oh, he's almost about to get up to the outside wall.
if that high line can get together, I think I think they can. They got the speed there. They just got to all get lined up. That bottom line is real tight. These guys up top, they're kind of bobbing and weaving a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you mentioned it. TC is right there on the outside. I mean, they have the drivers, they have the cars, but yet nothing is playing out for them. So I mean, the only thing they can do is try to work it together on the outside, because there are two super speedways here in the NASCAR circuit, here and Talladega. You can both run the high side, but you got to be careful with the outside wall here.
Yeah. For some reason on Sporty Stream, I can't see the laps.
Whenever he crosses the start-finish line, that's where we'll see how many laps he has to go. So just keep an eye on that whenever we get a chance to. And by the way, shout out to Sporty Morty, who's helping us make sure we have the lap counter, so way we can keep you guys an update in this race here tonight. Once again, this is the first race of the Nine Line Cup Series, sponsored by Nine Line Cup Apparel. Make sure you guys use the promo code TVR20 to save 10% off your order.
Looks like we got 3 guys in the back. They're kind of just cruising. They're not together. I don't know if they're trying to save their equipment a little bit, or.
I honestly don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're trying to keep up with the draft. I feel like they might have some sort of alliance, but we'll see how this goes. But I don't know why they're up in the back as far as they are, because if they keep going, they can end up potentially losing that draft, and that's going to make things bad for them unless we get some green flag stops.
Ooh, look at that high line. That high line's coming together.
The high line is coming together. TCW 1987 up.
He's looking to the lead.
And yet this will be the first lead change. Oh, Delgado gets up there and blocks the run, but yet here comes the 17. Here comes the outside line. Oh, and a nudge from the 8 to the 4.
They're going to have a run coming off this turn here.
But Delgado is going to block it.
Oh, he hit the wall. They hit each other. Oh.
JD Power goes to the pits.
Oh, D-Blood just got sent to the wall.
Oh, no. Did he really? He's okay.
He just got bumped a little bit. It looked like he was trying to avoid the mess, and I think the 9 got into him a little bit.
Oh, the 4 hits the 9. The 4 hits the 9 right there. Oh, and the 9 goes down to D-Blood. Oh, big wreck.
Spinning.
Big wreck.
Oh.
That might be our first caution of the evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we've got 3 cars.
Mike G came down on D-Blood, and that's where everything started falling apart. I don't know. We might see Emmanuel here this time by. That was a difficult call, but yet the question is who's gonna win at the line. The high side.
That was a bold strategy by Delgado, man. I know it's plate racing and you want to get up there and block, but they had a heck of a run coming, and sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and take that second spot, And I kind of feel like he kind of caused that, He got up into the wall, and then it was just a mess from there.
I definitely do agree, because if you look at it the way that me and you both saw it, it looked like Delgado did try to block both lines as much he could, as he was trying to pull a Dale Earnhardt Jr. at Daytona back in 2015. But here, that is not the case when it comes to NASCAR heat. But yet, nevertheless, I mean, he did everything he could, but it costed him and a few other drivers.
It don't look like they threw a caution. We got the 4 in the lead. TCW still up high with the high line.
9 comes out of the pits. 9 comes out of the pitch. That is Mike G. He's going to be the first car a lap down, and unless we get a caution, he's going to remain a lap down until we get a caution. And if so, he will be.
TCW in the wall.
He would have the lucky dog free pass. Let's go ahead and get to the 4. That is up the
irons.
Up the irons. My apologies. Thank you for that, there, Heath.
Looks like they're all getting pretty much single file now up front. We lost about, what was that, 4 or 5 drivers?
Have to be. But yet some are coming down to pit road. Oh, Bobby Love almost about missed pit road. And yet Fire Slayer, the 20, comes down pit road. So I wonder what type of strategy they're going to have.
Yeah, they're doing something. They're up to something.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean... But right now, up the irons is definitely up in the lead. He's in front of, I believe, Kluka, and I believe the 10 of, let me see if I can get the 10. Oh, Delgado spun around again, going into pit road. As I was saying, up the irons in front of plays official, but here comes Kluka. Kluka's going to try to form an outside line, but as soon as I say that, it goes straight back down to the inside.
How about that? Two new guys are up front, 1-2. We got Ron Racing in the second place, number 1 car, and up the irons in the first place, number 4 car. Actually, 3 new guys because the 37's a new face too.
Yeah, he's definitely a new guy. He's definitely someone I know from a different league, but nevertheless, though, I'm really amazed by the new talent. But the question is, how long can they stay up there before they go to pit road? As I see the 17, he's signaling to come down to pit road.
Yeah, it looks like he got knocked down below that line, maybe. Or Sporty Morty looks like he's just kind of hanging, biding his time. He's just cruising.
Oh, Kluka, sorry to interrupt you. Kluka hits the apron and it almost about comes right back up. But yeah, thankfully he saved it. But yeah, as I mentioned it, Sporty Morty is right back up there. I mean, you talked about this in the pre-race show. You got to have a thing called patience. And
Yep.
when it comes to these drivers, I mean, any opportunity you make, you take advantage of that. And that's exactly what Sporty's going to try to do. I mean, he knows he's in the position right now, but yet eventually here soon, I mean, he's going to have some help. He's going to have someone to help him get up to the front and maybe potentially win the stage.
Sporty is very good at these plate tracks. I think he's won. I mean, in the 3 seasons we've been together at TVR, I think he's won at least one plate track every year. So he's very, very knowledgeable, very good. I think he's definitely got a good chance as long as he keeps his nose clean.
You know, I definitely owe Sporty Morty one because he was one of the reasons. Him and someone else was like one of the reasons why I got into broadcasting in the first place, because I thought it was like really cool. And shout out to Sporty Morty for helping me start what I've been doing, broadcasting for so many leagues, including here tonight. I mean, definitely appreciate Sporty Morty for that one.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to work on the outside line. The question is, can he have some help? It looks like, I don't know if the already guy wanted to go up there, but yet he got back on his spot. So yeah, luckily for him, he still remains in his position. As we go back up to the front up here with plays officials and up the iron, Kluka's trying to form it. Oh, and here comes.
Oh, they're pitting.
Yeah. Oh boy. And the 10.
The 4 on the wall.
The 10 hits the 37. I don't know if the 37 might have sped right there.
Fire Slayer's still on the track, so he's on a different.
Just let us know. Just keep an eye on Sporty Stream. Let us know who the leaders will be when he comes out of pit road. Let's go ahead and keep an eye on.
I'm trying to. All I see is the video, so I don't know. I don't see much.
You know that little map on the bottom left-hand side? That's how we'll know who the leader will be. As this line comes out of.
I got you.
As this line comes out of pit road, Sporty Morty, he went from like 7th up to 2nd. Wow. He must have took him just fuel only. And Sporty, that was a bad move, but yet, here comes Delgatro.
Oh, wow.
But I think he might be
dicey.
It is getting dicey, and yet, we want to say hey to everyone in the comments watching us. Thank you guys for joining us here tonight in the Nine Line Cup Series, ladies and gentlemen. It is an incredible race so far, incredible stage right now. As we keep an eye on the battles right now, we see the battle between the 37 and the 48. We don't know if the 88 is the leader.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Sporty is our leader right now.
Nice.
Sporty is our leader, so yeah, we're right up front, and yet we have 7 laps to go here at the line.
Man, I'm watching Fire Slayer back here. He looks like he's stuck without a teammate, without any sort of help. Fast car, it's a shame, he's back here just cruising around because he ain't got no help. They're all pretty much broken up.
After what happened with Delgatro's situation, I mean, only one can assume. I mean, he hates being in the spot that he's in, but yet, once we get to stage number 2, we'll get the line back together and we'll see how this race goes. Looky here, Sporty Morty, Kluka rules. Kluka gets out of the way, but here comes the Heredia God, someone that we talked about earlier in the pre-race show. He can be a really huge factor here. He's not much of a super speedway racer, but he has the chance to be able to win stage 1. Delgatro gets out of the way for his teammate in Sporty Morty.
Can never count Heredia out, man. That is one quick kid there. He is always fast, no matter where he's at.
You're riding on the hood cam with the two of the Heredia God. You're seeing the battle between Sporty Morty, Kluka Rules, and of course the Heredia God himself up in the two. And yet the reason why Heredia picked the two is because he's a really huge Brad Keselowski fan. So I mean, it doesn't surprise me there.
Man, did you see him racing today?
Oh yeah, I definitely did. Heredia was not
out
happy.
a few times.
Heredia was not happy about that. But yet,
Yeah.
if you see from Heredia's point of view, it's all about patience. I mean, I believe we're at 6 laps to go. So yet, the only time you'll see these drivers make a move is probably between 2 or maybe 1 lap to go at the end of the stage. So
Yeah.
keep your eyes peeled on that one here, ladies and gentlemen.
It kind of depends on where Delgatro's going to go with the help, because you got 2 cars that'll probably stay down low. You got another 2 cars that, if they want to pass him, they're going to go high, and then it's up to Delgatro where he's going to go with.
And that's another thing too, and that's something I didn't really forget about. And yet we see a second line forming up back here as well. But yet lap cars can be a huge factor in this race, because even though there are lap traffic, they can help someone potentially either win the race or win a stage.
Yep.
As we see,
yeah, it looks like you got the 3, the 17, the 1, and the 20 all coming.
And the 4. So yet Turfetch 92 backup. He's got some backup with TCW right behind them. There you see the 1, and I believe you said the 1 is a new guy. So yet glad to see some of the new talent.
Looks like they're catching him a little bit.
Yeah, but the question is, how much time did they have though? I mean, they're right up there. I mean, let's see, you got about what, 5 cars up in the front pack?
And then you got 5 back here too, yeah.
Yeah, but yet if these drivers up in the back with the 48 and the 10 keep sliding off, I mean, they potentially might have the chance to reach up to them before the end of the stage.
Yeah. Seems like they're not staying together, and the second pack's not really forming a good line either. You got 2 cars going high. They might not end up catching them at all. We'll see.
I think so far, if you're Sporty Morty, what can you do? I mean, you don't want to make any mistakes. You see Kluka, and he's coming up to the high side, but yeah, he's got the 88, but yet the 88 comes right back down, right behind the 10. So yeah, Kluka loses a couple of spots right there. That's something that Kluka needs to realize. Even though he's a young driver, he needs to have some patience. He can't try to make some moves this earlier on in the stage or later on in the stage.
When you're driving against talent of this magnitude, man, it's all about patience, because anybody can win this race, but you have to shoot the gap when it's there. You have to be patient when it's not there. There's a lot of variables that go into this at this track.
And here comes Heredia God. Heredia God makes a move on the outside and with the 10, and yet the 2 forwards, and here comes Sporty's teammate in the 88. I'm really surprised.
Sporty's left by himself.
He is left by himself, and yeah, I believe we're getting ready to approach to the white flag here at stage number 1. White flag in the air for stage number 1 for the Heredia God. Now Cam plays officials trying to make a move. Here comes the 88. Delgatro and Kluka is right behind them, but yet Sporty Morty, he is getting knocked out of the way, but yet you have a lap car in between positions 2 and 3, and there's more lap traffic ahead. And I believe that is Deep Blood, I believe.
Yep, that's Deep Blood up there. These guys really want that stage point, an extra stage points, I'll tell you that.
We'll see how this goes right here. Here comes, plays official, but yet the 80 is going to work on the outside. Let's see who gets it.
Oh, Sporty down below yellow.
And yet it is going to be the Heredia God and plays official and Kluka with your top 3. Follow along in 5th, it is Sporty Morty. So the Heredia God is your stage 1 winner. And then I believe in 5th it is Bobby Love, 6 of the Irons in 6.
Is Delgatro a lap down?
I'm getting ready to check that out right now here, ladies and gentlemen. I believe Delgatro is a lap down because I saw him spun before getting into pit road. I didn't know what was happening with his situation, but let's, yeah, it was, never mind. It was Heredia God, Kluka, and plays official. So Kluka beat the 10 to the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as far as Yeah, Delgado is a lap down, so he does get his lap back. D-Blood's not a lap down. Fireslayer's not a lap down. The only person that's really a lap down is Delgado.
All right.
Whew, what a stage that was, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll have to see if Delgado can fight back to the back of the longest line here and get back up in the mix. He's just got to have some patience, like we were talking about, though, because he darted up in front of that high line and kind of caused that mess.
I definitely do agree. I mean, whenever you have the chance to start up front, you don't need to be making any mistakes. As you see him go to the back of the line or in stage 2. And speaking of stage 2, I believe we see the 19 up front, someone who was up in the back earlier on. Green flag in the air for stage number 2. Go ahead and get to the 19 of GBH_3. I don't know if he pitted, but yet, oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, it looks like oh, we got the 3 up in the wall a little bit.
Here comes Kluka, but most importantly, here comes Sporty Morty on the inside. Kluka's trying to form that second line. We'll see how this goes for him. One thing I do want to warn you guys is that there's a glitch right there going into turn 3. So yeah, these drivers need to be careful. The 19 goes up to the wall, 37 goes up with him, and so does the 2. And that new leader, Sporty Morty. Oh, they're about to wreck.
Oh, 37.
37.
Oh, he collected D-Blood in the 3.
37.
D-Blood's around again.
12, 88. Big wreck up in the front stretch. That should bring out a caution. 3-car wreck right up at the start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen. That is
That's why, I was talking earlier about kind of hanging back a little, and it's stuff like that. I think that, if you can't be up front in the first or second position,
yeah.
I almost would, if I was in this race, I'd hang back just outside the draft if I had some help, just hanging out there so that you can at least make a move and you don't get collected up into this mess. D-Blood's now, this is the second time, no fault to his own, but he's in the mess, in the pileup.
And I do want to say this though, for young drivers, for new drivers in this league, I mean, I've told you this, I don't know how many times. Patience is the main key. You do not want to win the stage at the first lap of the stage. So I mean,
and one thing too is they're gonna get some people upset if they keep causing, a lot of the older guys have been in the league for a while. They'll be upset.
After our first actual caution, green flag in the air for the next restart. TCW up front, following along with Sporty Morty right behind him. I think plays officials up in third. Here comes the Ready God in the line right behind the 48.
Plays officials look like you got a good start there.
One thing I will say this though is keep an eye on the back, because it seems like a lot of action has been going on in that back of the pack.
Yeah, sure.
But these drivers need to have all the patience they need. They need to work together, whether if you have a teammate or not. I mean, it is survival here at Daytona.
Looks like everybody's trying to fight for that bottom spot now. Everybody looks like they're going to get lined up here. Oh, and I got another car in the wall.
That 19.
10.
Oh, here comes the 19. I thought the 19 was going to pass his teammate Bobby Love, but yet the 19 is going to follow along right behind him. They see the 10 and the 8 being stuck in there as well, and you see Kluka stuck on that outside. He's been running that outside, but he's not gotten any help. I don't know if he's trying to get some people to work together with him, or if he's just trying to make some ground up, but yet outside by yourself is not the best way to go here.
Right, you can't gain no ground doing that. You're just going to lose the draft.
Definitely do agree, but yet to 17, TCW, a veteran here in Thunder Valley. He's up front, and he's got another veteran right behind him. 2 veterans, actually, in the Heredia God and Sporty Morty. These 2 drivers knows what it takes to win at Daytona. These 2 drivers know exactly what it means to get a chance to win the first race of the season.
And something you see from them, these veteran guys, is patience. They're not sticking their nose in there where it shouldn't be. You see them let off a little bit. Yeah. Patience is big here, and just not trying to ram the guy in front of you,
I definitely do
Sometimes
agree.
you got to back off. You
And
just got to do it.
And here comes the second line between Sporty Morty and the Ready God. Here comes D-Blood. D-Blood's going to try to work with his friends and see if they can form that second line. We've seen this earlier on in stage number 1, but yet is that bottom line that has been more useful here in this stage. And yet, so far we have 15 laps to go here in stage number 2 with your leader TCW. And if you guys are just now joining us, make sure you guys check out our sponsors, Nine Line Apparel. Use the promo code TVR20 to save 10% off your order. And in case you guys missed the first stage, the Heredity God won it.
I'd like to see if them guys that are up high, them are all really good veterans. I'd like to see them get together and see if they can make a move here.
Oh, definitely. We talked about this, but the problem is, I mean, they have a new guy up front. They have one guy who's not been in the league long, but yet, oh boy, Del Gatro needs to be careful.
Don't want to block again.
Yeah. and as soon as we say that, these drivers are pretty much followed out here in this race. And then, as you see, they're trying to get to the inside line, trying to work together as much as they possibly can. So yeah, it is anyone's ball game here in this stage. Now the question is though, Heath, is that if you're in the second position, if you're up the iron, and you have a lot of help in the back, when is the right time to make the right move to be able to win the stage?
In my opinion, what I would do is I would ride right there on the bottom line, and I would stay there, and I would make the guy in front of me make a mistake. And as soon as he makes a mistake, I'm there underneath him to capitalize on it. I wouldn't pass on the high side unless you know you got 3 or 4 people going with you. I wouldn't even go high because it seems like everybody wants to be on the bottom and they're going to freight train you. So I would stay right there on the bottom, hope for the guy in front of me to mess up a little bit, get underneath him and try to do it that way. Or the last, going through the tri-oval, maybe, shooting up and hopefully some help goes with you.
Yeah. I definitely do agree with you, but yet the good thing is that Fire Slayer, someone who we talked about in our pre-race show, had to struggle on earlier in stage number 1, but he's right back up there in 3rd place. So good to see him back up there, up in the top 5. But yet the question is what type of moves can he execute before the end of this stage as we approach to now, I believe, 13 laps to go here. Or sorry, 12 laps to go here in stage number 2.
Yeah, Fire Slayer, like I was saying earlier, he's very good on that bottom. If that 4 car in front of him slips up at all, he's going to take it. And Fire Slayer doesn't make many mistakes. He's very clean. He knows what to do. He's very patient, but he will take that spot.
I definitely do agree, but yet he's got some new faces up there, up in the top 5. You see in the 4 and the 1. And I do want to give a shout out to Up the Iron for picking the paint scheme. It's a throwback scheme to one of Kevin Harvick's old cars. So shout out to him as we approach now to 11 laps to go at the end, before the end of stage number 2. You're watching the Thunder Valley Racing League Series here on YouTube, 9 Lives Cup Series at the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Myself and Heath up in the booth.
Looks like they're kind of all just single file, just kind of eating the laps away. It looks like nobody seems to be wanting to go high, but that could be another thing too. Is as a driver myself, I don't when I see a lot of people not being able to hold the bottom or getting into me and sending me to the wall, that makes me not want to go up there. So some of these guys, they might just trying to be bide some time so that somebody behind them or underneath them don't make a mistake.
Yeah.
And go up and knock them into the wall.
I definitely do agree, but yet the question is that not only that, but I mean you also got to keep an eye on the driver in front of you, because at this time we should be seeing some green flag stops.
Yeah.
Because we've seen that earlier in stage 1, and yet that helped out with the front that we saw earlier. But now the question is what type of strategy are these drivers going to have? Will we see some more alliances happening right now?
See, I'm watching Mike G and D-Blood back here, two veterans, 2 very good drivers, and it seems like they're just waiting for something to happen up in front of them. They're not pushing the issue. It looks like they get a good run down the straight, and then they let off.
Oh, the 3 almost about wrecked. I mean, he saves it, but yeah, he had a struggling right there, right in front of Kluka Rules. So yeah, I'd hate to see that with the 3 car. But yet, yeah, you brought up a good point. But yet, this is the four I want to see: D Blood, Mike G, Sporty Morty, and the Ready God. These four know each other very, very well, whether if it's on the track or outside of the track. These guys are incredible friends. But when it comes to here, friendship is out of the window. But let's see if they can get a chance to work together. I think they need to, especially with a group.
Three of them are hooked up right now. You got D Blood, Mike G, Sporty, and Heredia.
Yeah.
All four of them. They're all hooked up right now. It seems like they're just waiting, and they're gonna make their move here in a little bit.
Exactly. I mean, something that we've been talking about throughout this whole race already is patience, and yet these drivers have an incredible amount of patience right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like the jitters are gone. You know, the first stage looked like some guys had some jitters, or they were kind of all over the place, and right now it seems like everybody's just cool, calm, and collected, just riding, you know.
Also, real quick, I want to get a chance to talk to our comment section. Make sure what do you guys think about the race so far? And so far, who is the one driver you guys keeping an eye on? That is to our comment section. You, the viewer, who are watching at home, at work, wherever you guys are watching this from, we appreciate you guys for bringing us to the YouTube screens and allow us to get a chance to call this race. So thank you all for the amount of support that we're getting right now. As we approach the 7 laps to go here at stage number 2, your leader TCW, we've seen about 3 or 4 different lead changes right now, but yet, another guy that we definitely need to talk about is the 17 of TCW. He has an incredible lead right now, but the question is when is the time to pit? When it comes to this racetrack, tires are not a problem. It's just the amount of fuel, and you got to be careful going into pit road, because if you don't, you can end up being stuck in pit road for speeding.
Oh, Mike G's pitting.
Oh, the
Fire
20?
Slayer's pitting.
Bobby Love, oh my lord, he went pretty fast. So, and then Kluka goes in there. So yeah, Bobby Love, Mike G, Fire Slayer, and Kluka goes into pit road. Let's see how this next pack forms. I wonder what their strategy is going to be.
Getting on pit road is definitely the most important thing here, because you could lose a second or gain a second, and you know, because like you said, tires aren't really that big of a deal because of the draft. But it's how you enter. Me personally, I have a spot.
Yeah.
There's a spot on that track that when I hit it or I go over it, I slam on my brakes and I ride it in, and it ends up getting in there just in the nick of time, you know.
Exactly. Let's see what this next line goes. Here comes TCW. He needs to be careful. It goes D Blood, Sporty Morty, the 3.
Oh, did somebody get some speed in there?
I don't know.
Yeah, it looked like they got into each other. Like maybe one bumped the other and got a little speed. And we'll have to see.
I don't know, but the 10 is on the apron right now. I don't know what's going on with his situation, but that is plays official. He is all by his lonesome. I don't know if he's about to be out of fuel or if he forgot to pit, but he is struggling right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Up the irons did not pit there, and it don't look like he's going to have much help coming out. He's got one guy back behind him.
And Sporty Morty comes out, this pack comes out, but yet the question is, where is he going to be? Sporty Morty's going to be 5th, but it looks like the 4, as you mentioned, it is going to be our leader in Up the Iron.
He don't have no help, though. Hopefully he can get hooked up with somebody coming out of pit road, because he's back here by himself. He's got Delgatro gaining on him a little bit, but that's all they got. And
so that's something that me and you definitely need to talk about as well. We've seen what type of strategy, we've seen what type of driver Delgatro can do. Even though if he can be a lap down or not, he can play a huge factor as far as helping a driver out, especially in Up the Iron situation.
Yeah, for sure. If he can get hooked up with him, at least that'll give them both some drafts, so if they do got a pit, they don't lose too much time.
Let's go ahead and keep an eye on this pack that is in charge, leading by Bobby Love. You see Sporty Morty, you see D Blood, you see, the 10 needs to get out of the way, or else he might get run over the 10, or is that the 8? Big wreck!
8's around.
8 is around, 9, I don't know if Mike G got involved, but big wreck happening up in the backstretch.
Man, that 8 should have,
that was...
Looked like a lack of communication there, or... You know, somebody didn't say nothing.
JD Power I don't know if he knew that the leaders were coming or what happened, but he just pretty much Kevin LePage the field right there, ladies and gentlemen. And yet, let's go ahead and get back up to this field right now. But I believe we are at 6 laps to go here at the end of stage number 2. I believe the leader looks to be Bobby Love, or not? Looks like Up the Iron still the leader. Yeah, Up the Iron still in the lead.
Did he not pit? He must not have pitted.
No, he's still out right now. That is incredible. Up the Iron
Wow.
is still your leader. He's now in the pit road now.
It looks like you're starting to find out who's going to work together and who's not. You know, like I think Sporty, Heredia, D-Blood, I think they got a little team going.
Yeah.
Everywhere one goes, the rest of them go. Oh, Iron's coming out of pit road.
That's very, very dangerous. That is very, very dangerous.
That was close. See, I think that lack of having somebody for help kind of screwed him there.
Yeah.
He should have pitted, you know, with at least with a couple guys. That way he didn't get freight trained like that. Now he's gonna be back there a good little ways.
And by the way, our current leader right now is Del Gatro. And Del Gatro is up there with Plays Official.
Nice.
So yet, wherever this pack is, they're coming.
Yeah, they're hooked up. They're ready to go.
And yet the problem is with Del Gatro's situation, he's only got the 10 in front of him. So these two cars are slowing down up on the backstretch. And yet, whenever you have this amount of cars working together, this could be pretty crazy as we're now approaching up to the white flag here in stage number 2. Del Gatro still your leader. And I'll be surprised if he wins this, if he wins the stage.
Yeah. He must have did something different with the strategy, you know?
He definitely did, but yeah, he's about to cross the start-finish line.
Ooh, we got 3 wide. Sporty, the 20, and 21. 3 wide. 21 came out ahead.
Stage 2 winner is Del Gatro.
Nice.
Wow. And the 20 spins around.
Ooh, the 20's around.
And yet, now these drivers cross the start-finish line. I believe that might be Fire Slayer might be up in second.
Yep.
And
he made a last-second move.
So yeah, here's your top 5, ladies and gentlemen. Del Gatro, Fire Slayer, Sporty Morty, D-Blood, and the Heredia God. That is your top 5. Rounding out the top 10, it is Turf Neck, Backup, Kluka, TCW, Mike G, and Ron Racing. That is rounding out your top 10, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd like to know Del Gatro's strategy there. You know, maybe he pit he pit really early, or you know, I don't know.
That is really. Honestly, yeah, that was really incredible. I don't know how. I mean, he had the 10 of Plays Official, and yet he did not lap Plays Official, so I wonder what type of strategy Del Gatro did. But other than that, your Stage 2 winner is Del Gatro. All right.
It's good to see that 88 up front again. Daytona.
But yeah, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Rounding out the third and final stage, and yet leading it is going to be Fire Slayer. Green flag back in the air here at Daytona. And yet, ladies and gentlemen, we have 28 laps remaining, so yet these drivers are going to have to pit more than once. So yet, that's something we definitely do need to keep an eye on.
This is where it gets dicey right here, boys. They start...
Kluka clips the apron. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, buddy.
Yep, you're good. Looks like everybody's trying to find their teammates, get together with them.
And Fire Slayer knows how strong that 88 is, so he's going to run up to the top. Here comes the 48. The 48's not going to be able to get any help. It is the outside line, and the outside line is running really good.
Oh, we got the 17 in the wall.
17, he saves it almost about 3 wide up in the back, so yet we definitely need to be careful as far as this situation for our drivers. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have not checked out our Facebook page, make sure to go to facebook.com/Thunder Valley Racing League. We definitely want your support, and we definitely appreciate your support for checking out this live stream tonight, our first race of the season.
I'm cruising with Mike G here, and Mike G is very, very fast. It looks like he is just, like, patient as patient can be. He is just cruising here. Oh, we got one car into the Heredia.
And that the 4 and the 19 go up in the wall, so yet these drivers save it. But look at D-Blood's view right now. He is in a lot of trouble right now.
Looks like that was the 37 that got into Heredia there.
Kluger rules, and yet he's still up there. He is trying to follow D-Blood, and yet D-Blood goes down 3 wide between Fire Slayer, Delgacho, and D-Blood.
Looks like a few guys lost the draft.
Yeah, fortunately with that situation, but yet so far it is Sporty Morty leading this race.
The 88 got hung out to dry.
They definitely know how big of a threat the 88 is, so yeah, they're definitely leaving him high and dry and just try to focus on their race right now.
I think he needs to find a teammate or somebody to work with there.
He's got pretty much 3 teammates. He's got Sporty Morty and he's got Mike G, but yet the question is, can they be able to hook up and work together? I don't think that's the situation as far as this case. And yet 17...
Well, Mike G just went high on him to try to pass him, so he might not be one that's going to work with him.
No. Oh, and 17 goes up in the wall. That is TCW 1987, but yet he needs to be able to hold on to that draft. He needs to hold on to the 4th draft, and he should be able to. Hopefully he will.
Oh, we got guys below the yellow. 37 again. Looks like he got underneath the 21.
It looks like the 37 came from the inside line up into the middle of the racetrack. That was very, very close.
I think they're going to freight train him right here.
They're leaving him high and dry.
Right now he's kind of all over the place. I think they're going to pass him right now.
They're leaving him high and dry. I mean, and here comes the 4. The 4 is going to pass him, but let's go ahead and get back up to the front. Here comes the 3. Oh boy.
Look at the number 3 car. He's a new guy. He got given an opportunity to ride in the Cup. I was in the race, the practice race, when D-Blood said, you know what, you're going to race Cup this season. He said, what? He was very surprised, but he's giving it his all, and he's up there in 2nd. I'm very surprised. I like to see that. A new guy, running up there with the big dogs.
I definitely do agree, but yet right now it is veteran against new guy right now in this situation. Sporty Morty, the veteran here in Thunder Valley Racing, he's up in front of the 3 right now, so yet you best believe that these Chevys are going to try to work together as much as they could, but yet there's someone that's in 4th that we've been keeping an eye on throughout this whole race, and that is D-Blood.
Oh, he's underneath the 1. The 1 shoved him down.
Oh boy, D-Blood is underneath. You
don't do that to El Jefe. That's a no-no. Oh, he's in the wall now. D-Blood's in the wall.
D-Blood, he needs to make sure he gets Mike G's draft. And he does.
I think that's what he's doing. I think he's going to get back there and get with Mike G.
And yet, Turf Tech 92 backup up in 2nd, but yet here comes Fire Slayer. Our shootout winner from last Monday night. We'll see how this goes for him.
Yeah, that 1 car really, it lost D-Blood about 6 spots.
And the
7 spots there, and,
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is that thing about the situation that Ron Racing in the 1 car is doing. He's in a really good spot, but the question is, though, is that how much time do you want to be in 4th place? How much time do you want to be up in the top 5 before you say, you know what, I want to lead some laps and get some teammates?
Yeah, for sure. Me personally, I run really good out front, and you can push me all the way around this track. When I'm on somebody else's bumper, it wants to push a little bit, So,
yeah.
So me personally, if I was on here, I would be trying to get to the front the best way I could without taking anybody out, obviously, but that front is where it's at.
I definitely do agree, but yet
you just waste a little gas out front, but not it.
And yet Kluka is struggling. And yet, you see the 17, you see the 19, they're all the way up in the main back. So, yet, if I was these 2 drivers, I would just get together no matter how far they are and see what we can do to get themselves back up front.
Yeah. Somebody's got to make a move here because you're not going to people like D-Blood or the 9 back here behind all these cars, they're not going to get nowhere just sitting down on the bottom,
I definitely do agree. And
they're going to have to make a move.
And yet, ladies and gentlemen, we have 20 laps to go here at the 3rd and final stage. No more stage winners this time. Whoever crosses the start-finish line wins this race. But yet, At 20 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. You also got to think about this, though. Keep an eye on the green flag stops. Let's see what type of strategies these drivers will have. At this point, they're going to have to worry about tires, though, don't you think?
Oh yeah, yeah. At least you gotta at least get some tires. I'm not, if you can save your lefts a little bit, you might be able to do a strategy. It looks like one of the cars up towards the front just got into Mike G. Mike G sent Mike G down below the yellow, and it split this pack up a little bit. So now you got Kluka, D-Blood, and Mike G back a little ways.
A little bit farther, but yet if Kluka can be able to try to reach the 20 of Bobby Love's draft, then yet they should be able to.
Oh yeah, they're coming.
Continue. Oh yeah, yeah. He does, and yet not Delgado, sorry, D-Blood should be able to be good and get back up into this race, and just him and Mike G both. I see a little bit of strategy right there from the 3 car. I don't know what he's doing, but he's trying to form an outside line, but yet he just lost a lot of spots. So that's going to gain Ron Racing the 3rd spot.
Oh, you got Kuka down below the yellow again.
Oh, the 3 makes contact. Contact being made from the 9 and the 8. And this is the second incident we've seen between the 8 car in this race, ladies and gentlemen.
They have now lost the draft.
And
the 9 and the 8.
And best believe that 9 of Mike G is not very happy with that move.
Yeah, that's a shame for him because that guy, he's clean, he's very, very fast, he's very smart, and it seems like he's gotten screwed a few times tonight. He's got sent in the wall a couple different times, and it's a shame, but, it's Daytona for you.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. It is Daytona, but yeah, that's the beauty of it. I mean, I mentioned this earlier on in the race. The key word is survival, and that's exactly what these drivers are doing right now. And yeah, we approach the 17 laps to go here at the 3rd and final stage right now.
Looks like Kluka's going high by himself. Don't seem like many people want to get up there with him. He's trying. He's giving it a run, but
he is I mean, as me and Heath talked about this, he is a new young driver. I mean, he's trying to work up there. He's trying to work on something, but the problem is that he's not gotten any helpers. But now he does. He's got the 10 of plays officials, and here comes the 1 of Ron Racing trying to work on the outside, but he loses the spot now, and that's gonna make things bad for worse because now Delgado moves up to 3rd.
That's the thing with being a new driver in a league like this is you got to gain respect. You got to, you got to go out there and race these guys clean and get some respect. And I see the 4 just got bumped out of position there.
Yep, and the 10 is on the outside, but he's got the 3 on the inside. And if these drivers keep on doing that, they can end up losing the draft right now. So
yeah, D-Blood needs to get up there and get in their draft so they can get back up there.
And it's a way that they don't have to worry about the 10 and the 3. They could be out of the picture as far as get a chance to win this race. And ladies and gentlemen, we've only had 1 actual caution earlier on. That was in stage number 2. And yet besides that, we've seen most of the cautions being in the stages. So yet, expect this. Could this race be clean? Could this race continue green? That's something we're going to find out.
Looks like losing the draft. He's stuck back there in the middle of 2 packs by himself. He either needs to let off a little bit so that 10 and 3 can catch up to him, or hopefully somebody messes up in the front pack.
And think about the situation that you're in if you're Bobby Love. Right there, you're right behind the 1 of Ron Racing, and yet, I don't know if he got pushed out of the way, but yet he is going up to the outside. He got pushed out of the way right there. I was on his hood cam when that situation happened.
The cream is starting to rise to the top.
Exactly. I know your experience here at Daytona. I mean, when it comes to the 3rd stage, I mean, you want to get the respect that you expect out of your peers, but the problem is using your bumper to move someone out of the way is not going to be the main case for this series.
Yeah, and how I approach it is I won't purposely use my bumper. I will try to let off if I'm the 3rd, 4th, 5th car back. Yeah. But I will pin on that yellow line, and if you move up and I get underneath you, that's on you. If you can't hold it down on that yellow line, then that's kind of on you.
I don't know if Sporty got moved out of the way, but he's going by himself. That's a really interesting thing. Up the iron and Sporty Morty, and here goes D-Blood. He's got some of the drivers This is a really interesting
Well, I think
strategy.
that was the best move for D-Blood because he was stuck out there by himself. At least he got to come in with a couple people. That way he's not, he's not out of the draft completely.
And yet, so far, your new leader, once again, that is going to go to Fire Slayer. He is back up in the lead. He's got Delgacho right behind him.
I knew he was going to be a force to be reckoned with. Fire Slayer's very quick here, and if you let him out front, that guy can hold the bottom line like nobody's business. He is very, very good here.
I mean, we've seen him in many
Oh,
different. Oh, and Bobby Love, the
20.
21, and the 1's going to come down pit road. Could Kluka come down? And he
Ooh,
will.
Fire Slayer
Oh,
just got spun
Fire Slayer
by the
just got
one.
spun.
Oh no,
Oh,
he is not going to be
man.
happy.
Mm-mm.
Fire Slayer he's a very clean guy, he's a very good guy, but when you mess with him, he's got a temper on him. I can't see him being very happy right now.
No, and yet D-Blood's going to get lapped here thanks to Delgacho. He's got some help from the Heredia God, so this is going to be a really interesting situation. I don't know if D-Blood's in second. I don't know as far as his situation is concerned, but yet he might
He's
be
got the
lapped around.
4. Yeah, he's got the 4 on his bumper.
Yeah, D-Blood's not a lap down. This might be for position, but yet here comes Delgacho and the 2 of the Heredia God. They're going into pit road. Delgacho needs to be careful. He could end up getting sped here.
I think we just got a couple. I think this time we got at least one speeder, because there were some times there where they were really hard on the brakes. If you're so hard on the brakes that you're spinning somebody else out in front of you, I think we got a speeder or two on pit road that time. I might be wrong, but
And so far, and I believe the leader right now is currently Heredia God. And now it's back to Delgacho, but yeah, we'll figure out once when these drivers come out of the pit road. As I'm keeping an eye on Sporty Morty's situation right in here. He's currently up in 5th. So yeah, Kluka's up in 3rd. I believe the Heredia God is in 1st and Delgacho in 2nd. And with these 2 drivers coming out of pit road, I mean, Sporty Morty's by himself, and plus he's currently up in 3rd.
Sporty's got D-Blood coming up pretty quick with drafting help, so if he burped it a couple times and just gave a little, got off the gas just a hair, he could get up there with, there'd be a 4-car draft right there, so.
And yet here comes D-Blood. D-Blood's got some help from the 4, so you have to up the iron, so you have to see if these drivers can be able to make some ground, and plus not only pick up Sporty Morty, but also pick up Kluka as much as he's done in the race. I mean, you got to pick up as much as you can if you want to be able to reach up to the leaders.
Yeah, that pit cycle really spread everybody out. It seems, they were all in one pack here just 5 to 10 laps ago, and it looks like everybody's spread out in different groups all over the track. It looks like we might have 4 tire stops, gas only or right sides, so we'll see who's got the best strategy.
And speaking of that, we do have 10 laps to go here at the end of this race, ladies and gentlemen. And yet, so far, your leader right now is currently the Heredia God, a.k.a. the Honey Bun Man is what I like to call him. But yet, he is currently up in front. He's got Delgacho, who pretty much won Stage 2. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me, the man that won Stage 1 and the person that won Stage 2 are up in front. This does not surprise me at all whatsoever, as we're now 9 laps to go here at the end of this race.
Yeah, having Heredia out front is like having Dale Jr. out front. Everybody's going wild right now. Everybody loves Heredia.
I'm pretty sure all the Heredia fans are going wild in the comment section right now, ladies and gentlemen. 9 laps to go, but yet the question is, how much time does Kluka have? How much time does D-Blood and Sporty Morty have?
Yeah, Sporty's stuck by himself right now. It looks like D-Blood is catching him very, very fast with up the irons, but Sporty is kind of just stuck by himself right now. So all that experience and all that, he's a heck of a driver, but when you get stuck out by yourself, there's nothing you can do.
Something I do want to point out is that the 37 is not by himself. He has Ron right behind him in the 1. So yet we'll see if they can pick up someone, and then it's 3 against 2. Maybe they might have a chance to be able to reach up to them. I believe we're now 8 laps to go here at the end of this race, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we do have our top 3 who will be up in the booth for a post-race interview. The top 3 will be up in the booth with myself and Heath, so stay tuned for that. Also, don't forget, tomorrow night, it will be our Truck Series first race of the season. Can't wait for that. And don't forget, to round out the weekend, it will be our ARCA Series on Friday night.
Yeah, we got a bunch of new guys in the ARCA. D-Blood's been working very hard trying to get guys in this league to race ARCA, and I think we're gonna find some new talent and see who's good to move up next year. See if we can get some new guys up in the trucks or in the Cup next year.
Something I think that the ARCA drivers need to do on this coming Friday is definitely need to work hard and try to get the respect from the drivers and of course everyone in the league right now.
Yeah, because and during the ARCA season or race, everybody's gonna be watching. All eyes are on you. All the big dogs, all their eyes are on you. You got that. All the main guys in this league, they're all watching you. So you got to really mind your P's and Q's and just take it easy. Don't get up in there and start wrecking everybody and all that.
And once again, I want to thank our sponsors, Nine Line Apparel. Make sure you guys go to their website, ninelineapparel.com. Make sure you guys use the code TVR20 to save 10% off your order. That is ninelineapparel.com. Use code TVR20 to save 10% off your order. And we can't thank you guys. Go ahead.
Looks like D-Blood's caught Sporty. So there's 3 cars together, and they might be able to catch a couple guys in front of them.
The question is, do they have enough time to be able to reach Kluka and the one? That may be the case, but I don't know if they have enough with our leaders between Del Gatro and the Heredia God.
Yeah, there's some guys out there praying for a caution right now. I promise you that.
And that's the only thing that they can do is pray for a caution. We need a caution. If only they can throw out a water bottle and they'll end up being a debris caution. But that is not the case here in NASCAR Heat 5. So unfortunately, no water bottles on the racetrack.
Yeah.
But I do want to remind you guys, we have less than 5 laps to go here at this time by 5 laps to go. And yet your leaders right now is battle between the Heredia God and Del Gatro. Heredia God winning stage 1 and Del Gatro winning stage 2 in a crazy fashion. But the question is who's going to win this race? That's what we're keeping an eye on between these two right now. As looks like they're about to approach some lap traffic. Looks like the 19 is right up in front of them. Could he play a factor?
If they start racing a little bit and get caught up in a little bit of traffic, that 37 might be able to, I mean, they're not too far behind to count them out. So Heredia and Del Gatro got to play it smooth here and not race each other too much until the last lap. And then I think it's all theirs to be won if they just cruise around here, nose to tail.
I definitely agree. I mean, this is a really interesting situation. But, you got the fact between the Heredia and the 2 and Del Gatro and the 88 working together. But on the flip side, you see here between the 37 and the 1, they're working really, really well together. They know what the situation is. They know what they have to do to be able to reach up to the front. I believe we might have 3 or 4 laps to go at this time by whenever they approach the start-finish line. But I'll make sure I get that confirmed from Sporty Stream. But other than that, I mean, if these two do race each other, I mean, then this might be Kluka's chance.
Yeah, and I'm waiting to see when Del Gatro is going to make his move. Usually to make a move here to pass another fast car, you got to back off that bumper a little bit and get a run. And I haven't seen him lift at all yet. He is on Heredia's butt. He is drilling him, ready to go. So we'll see if Del Gatro backs off and tries to catch a run or not.
We'll see.
Or not Heredia, Del Gatro.
But yeah, we'll see how this goes here. I believe we're getting ready to approach up to 2 laps to go. So far, the battle is between Del Gatro and the Heredia God. Who's going to win here at Daytona in the first race of the season? Del Gatro is already trying to make moves already. You can see on his hood cam. He's trying to work on the outside, but Heredia knows how much this win would be to him. Not only would he get a chance to win tonight, but he'll also don't have to worry about earning his way up into the playoffs. Del Gatro is holding on right behind him, but yet one thing we can point out is that when it comes to white flag, all gloves are off. It doesn't matter if he's your friend, your buddy, whatever he is. When it comes to winning this race, all bets are off.
Yeah, these races are so hard to win. With the talent level that's in this league, they're so hard to win. So if you get a chance, you go for it, no matter what,
I believe we're at the white flag this time by, ladies and gentlemen. White flag in the air for Heredia God. Can he win this race here, ladies and gentlemen?
I don't see Del Gatro letting up to get a run. Oh, there he goes. He just let up a little bit. So he's gonna try to get a run here on the backstretch.
Heredia is going to try to make sure he breaks up that draft. You're going to watch Delgatro's hood cam. Heredia is trying to make sure he breaks up this little draft he's got between the 88. Heredia knows what's at stake. The question is, what can he do?
There he goes.
Here comes Delgatro on the outside. Here comes Delgatro in the 88.
Oh.
Does he have enough time? They're going to the line. And then,
Heredia put him in the wall.
Heredia wins it. And yet, let's go ahead and keep an eye on the situation between Kluk. It looks like Kluk is going to be finishing in third. So yeah, Heredia wins this race. Delgacho in second, Kluka in third.
You got the next group behind them is the 4 car, the 48, and the 12, it looks like.
Whew. That was a race right there, ladies and gentlemen. Can you catch your breath after that one, buddy?
I know, man. I thought the 88 had a good run. He was inches away from passing him. It looks like, I don't know if Heredia got loose or, it just looked like they got together. And when they got together, it sent the 88 to the wall.
And real quick, I want to point out our top 10. The Heredia God, Delgatro, Kluka Rules, Ron Racing, up the Iron in 5th, Sporty Morty in 6th, D-Blood in 7th, Mike G 8th, JD Power in the 8th and 9th, and then rounding out the top 10, Turfex 92 back up. That is your top 10, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, we got some new guys kind of cruising up front. We got Delgatro, which is new to the Cup Series, Kluka, and, a couple of these new guys up the...
Well, let's go ahead and get our top 3 in here, ladies and gentlemen. I believe I have all 3 of these drivers as my friend. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to get them up in here. Thank you, buddy. I definitely do appreciate it. What a race this was, man. D-Blood, how you feeling right now, buddy?
We seen it all. It was a hectic race.
I mean, it was fun. I mean, we had a top line, we had a bottom line going, but dang, man, I ended up on my hood 2 times. So
yeah, there was a lot of slicing and dicing going on, man.
Yeah, we had some bad blocks being thrown. And,
yeah.
But that's super speedway racing, so we'll just have to. I don't know. I mean, I don't do well at super speedways anyway. So,
yeah. Well, you were my dark horse to win the race. I thought, but there was 4 or 5 drivers in the top 6 that are new guys. A lot of the veterans ended up getting caught up in some messes back there.
Yeah, had some mistakes being made. Pit road, and things like that. But I mean, it was
Did the 21 get spun around entering pit road?
I don't know. I pitted a lap before him.
Yeah, it looked like he got spun out coming on pit road by the one
of Ron Racing, but yet we want to welcome in our top 3 drivers. Let's go ahead and introduce them one by one. Welcome in Delgatro. Welcome in, buddy.
Hello.
And also next up, our new guy of the league, Kluka Rules. Kluka, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good.
And the Honey Bun Man himself, our race winner, the Heredia God.
Hi.
Alright, gentlemen, Kluka, I'm going to start off with you. This was your first race of the league. I mean, you're a new guy. How does it feel to manage to come out with a top 3 finish?
Pretty good. I had a lot of people help me all day. I got to thank to Ron and Mike for helping me out pretty much all day. We had a strong stage 1 getting second right there. With the help of Delgatro, too, which was a lap car. He ended up pulling up, and I got the draft from him getting that there. Stage 2, I got involved in a wreck, got 7th. But that right there, coming down into pit road, if y'all saw, there was an incident right in front of me. I barely missed it.
Yeah,
so that put in a factor to get my 3rd place right there.
All right, we saw it all, but we also want to talk to Delgatro. Delgatro, you won stage 1, and you made some pretty crazy blocks. But I mean, what type of decision making did you have when it comes to try to block not only the bottom line but also the top line as well?
So, I mean, it's a risky game. I've done it before, and it turned it out horrible. But
I knew I could try to jump to the top and try to block that outside lane early in the race, thinking it was safe enough. But I got a huge push and got up into the wall. But yeah, it's a risky game. I just knew that top line was going to be tough and it's going to be strong, and I needed to make sure I get up there.
Now, when you're so early in the race, I mean, you got 2 more stages to go. It kind of, got you into the wall, messed up a few other cars. I mean, it's kind of risky doing that, for so early on in the race.
Yes, it really is, and I've told myself I got to stop doing that. So coming into this race, I know Heredia is going to be super fast all year long, and I knew this was my chance to try to get some points. It's kind of like a championship race for me. Yeah. So I felt like just going into it being a kind of aggressive and trying to get as many stage points as possible so I could try to be close with them.
Yeah. We were talking about that on the, up in the booth. We were saying for some of these newer guys, it might be, this kind of track might be the only time they get a chance to get up there and battle with some of these guys that are really, really fast on other tracks. So,
but
you did a hell of a job.
One thing I definitely do want to admire is that you're staying up front, in the first stage, even though you were like a lap down, you got the lucky dog, and you managed to take advantage of that very, very well. I mean, you won stage 2 in a crazy fashion, might I add, and then you end up coming out with the top 3 finish. I mean, good job for that, man. Now we want to talk to our race winner himself, Heredia God, man. Heredia, you are not. We don't really ever see you as a super speedway racer. So how does it feel to get a chance to win at Daytona tonight, man? Take us through your thoughts.
I think it was because I had the Brad Keselowski car and made me get good luck at super speedways.
You didn't spin out?
No. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, that was pretty intense. I mean, I don't know. I just played the right strategy and. Degachu, I mean, I really gotta pay Degachu back in some way. I don't know what way, but
I was gonna ask what happened there coming across the line. It looked like you guys got together. I mean, did you go up or what ended up happening?
He went up. He went down. I went up, but I think I went up, but I didn't really try to hit him that hard. I just misjudged my joystick input.
I was side drafting him really hard, so I was expecting it to happen just because it's a video game. It's kind of
you
hard.
had a hell of a run, 88. I thought you had it, to be honest with you, and then I just seen you get up into the wall. I was like, oh, there goes that.
One thing.
Go ahead.
You can go ahead.
I was gonna say one thing I definitely paid attention to. I was watching your hood cam on that last couple of laps. You was right there on Heredia's bumper. I mean, did you knew that you had to run and that Heredia was going to block you, or did you just kind of hope that there was a chance for you to go ahead and pass Heredia on the outside on the last lap and thought you can get away from there?
So I knew he wasn't going to block the top because that would be kind of dumb because I could cut under him and go to the inside. So my whole plan was to try to time the run, which is really hard to do, to where I'm not going to the top into the corner as much because you lose as much time up there.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just trying to get a huge run and then hope that my side drafting skills could just pull me out ahead of him.
Now, were you thinking any time earlier before? Was it that your game plan the whole time was to do it that last little section, or were you thinking maybe 2 laps to go, or to get out and do it, try it then just to see if it would work?
So yeah, I mean so we were fortunate to have a huge lead. So we had like 10 laps. I had 10 laps to think about it, and I was actually thinking about maybe trying it earlier because if it didn't work, I can
do it again.
Yeah. But I just knew on the back stretch I need to let off and just start building up that run so that coming into 4 I can get to the outside of him.
Yeah, I was watching you. I was telling Dude with like 2 or 3 to go. I was like, if he's gonna pass him, he's got to let off and get that run. And I didn't see you do it until just the last second.
I was getting ready to ask our top 3 if they want to have any final thoughts. But I guess Kluka was done for tonight. So I guess we have our top 2, but yet You guys had a tremendous race. Congratulations to you both, especially Correa on the win. Delgacho, I'm gonna start off with you. Is there any final thoughts, any final comments you want to say before we get a chance to talk to the boss man here?
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here, getting a race in this league. You know, this is most likely going to be my last chance at trying to win a championship in any league on this NASCAR Heat Series. So I kind of hope that plays out, but I'm just happy to be here.
All right, and of course, our race winner, Heredia God. Any final comments before we let you guys go, and we'll get a chance to talk to D-Blood?
Oh, no, not really. I mean, the race, thank you for broadcasting, and on to next week.
Yeah.
And the crowd goes wild for Heredia.
Definitely for sure.
Trash.
And we'll let you guys go. Congratulations to you guys on a great night, and we'll see you guys next week. All right.
Thank you.
D-Blood.
Yo.
We seen the racing that we saw tonight. How did the race? How did you think tonight's race go from your point of view? Did you think it was a great race, or is there still some stuff that the drivers need to work on?
Hang on. I think I got to turn my settings on here so you can hear me. I just realized I turned them off.
All right, we'll let
Okay.
I was watching you and Mike G back there, just waiting for. It seemed like you guys were just taking it easy. The whole first, second stage, you guys were kind of just cruising. Even the third stage, you guys were just kind of cruising, and then you got collected.
I think we've got stuff to clean up, but I think it's kind of to be expected. It's the first race. It's Daytona. I mean, it is what it is. Next week we go to where we go? I think we go to Richmond next week.
Ooh.
So
Short track racing.
I'm pulling up my old schedule here, my handy dandy schedule. So next week we go to Richmond. So I think there you'll see a lot better, a lot better driving. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not going to be as hectic because you're not going to have everybody right up on each other's bumpers. The field will get spread out some, and I think it'll get better.
I think we can definitely say, as far as tonight's concerned. I mean, we've seen a lot of great racing, but next week's going to be a huge challenge because we go to Richmond. It's definitely going to be a tough challenge for our drivers, but we can also see who's that short track racing driver that we'll see next week.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're going to come racing here, you got to be able to do both. You got to be good at everything. You can't be a super speedway ringer and hope and think you're going to do well. You got to be well rounded. So, next week we'll separate the men from the boys, and we'll see who's got it. I mean, we know Heredia will be fast. I expect Mike G will be fast. I mean, me and Mike we kind of hung out there at the end of stage 3 and just got in some trouble. But I mean, it's there again. That's just part of super speedway racing.
To me, this was a lot of these guys' one chance. They'll have a couple other chances, but to really get a win, because you got Heredia, Masopes, guys that are just really, really fast at some of these tracks,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it was probably a couple of the newer guys. They want to have a good first showing and, maybe make some over-aggressive moves, but it is what it is, and we'll address it during the week and go to next week.
All right, but yet, ladies and gentlemen, that is our time here live on YouTube. We want to thank you guys for tuning in for the Nine Live Cup Series here live on YouTube for the Thunder Valley Racing Series. Make sure you guys go to our sponsors, Nine Line Apparel. That is ninelineapparel.com. And make sure you guys use the code TVR20. Make sure you guys save 10% off of your order. Guys, we had a great night.
Tune in tomorrow night for the truck race. Same time, same place.
Yes, sir. I'm coming for that W tomorrow.
And yet, best believe this will be my first time to get a chance to race back in TVR since the Xfinity Series, I believe, D-Blood?
I think so, yeah. You didn't race last year.
No, I did not, but hey, I look forward to making my return to TVR. Make sure, same time, same place. Make sure you guys like, comment, hit the notification bell so you won't miss any TVR action. From all of us here in the league, from myself and Heath here in the booth, saying so long. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for our Truck Series opener.